What was it like waking up in Antarctica those days?
I was actually kind of pissed. I was getting pretty seasick, and it's a small boat, there isn't that much to do.
A couple months ago, I went to Antarctica with my mom and my brother. We traveled Antarctica on an icebreaker ship, and the first 2 days of the journey was completely at sea through some really turbulent and stormy weather. Then we touched down on the continent and had beautiful weather and saw some of the most stunning natural views.
Just the views were more dramatic than anything I'd ever seen. It looked like it was straight out of a science fiction film. Do you remember, you had these...
This video is going to show you what happened on our most incredible day traveling Antarctica. What was your day like? Because what happened for me was I woke up at 6 a.m. and...
I did not wake up for that. I woke up, looked out the window, and saw that we were docked in a bay full of icebergs and with these dramatic, barren mountains. And, that was the best day.
Oh my gosh! What is that? Good morning!
Look at this.
It's beautiful.
Karma. Yesterday we were blown away from shore, and today the Antarctic says, okay.
You win.
It was, yesterday was bad, today should be good. Hopefully. Oh yeah, there's a sea dog.
Raindrop on the blacktop, hot stuff, feeling like a robot.
We were hiking up this one just basic snow-covered bluff where they had a little monument on it. I think some explorer hit that point and there was a monument and stuff. And while we're walking up, the sun came out and it was legitimately warm for 40 minutes in Antarctica. So we hear a commotion behind us and we see one of these crazy Chinese guys on our trip stripped down. It was nothing but his underwear, and he's posing like this in his underwear. Not one to be outdone. I had to do the same thing, but in front of the crowd. So I'm wearing nothing but my underwear and boots.
Hey Michael, you won't get this one.
Do you have the icebergs in the back?
What's running through your head?
Triumph. Body positivity. National Geographic. Puss in Boots. The Antarctica erotica scene.
You're so ridiculous. That's a lot of really great thoughts that you had in your head. Michael, how'd it go?
Well, it's very, very, good. Very nice.
Hello.
What are you doing, Michael?
I was naked up there. Oh my god.
So Michael, what do you think of this stop? Were you cold?
Yeah.
What do you think of this stop?
Make Antarctica great again.
And there was barbecue, right? There was barbecue.
That day was also barbecue.
Yeah, that day was also
that
barbecue.
Really was the best day. They knew this is the best day we're gonna bring it to barbecue.
It's cold out, but barbecue is hot. warm and juicy if it's cooked right.
And it was like a full Argentinian asado, blood sausage, regular sausage.
So then after that, we did the photo shoot, right? I think we did
the photo shoot, yeah.
No one's on the boat. I'm wearing my sports bra. We're gonna do this. Do you think we're like ridiculous?
Yeah, pretty ridiculous. I mean, the pictures you took of me were pretty ridiculous. I mean, you'll see them right here. Right there.
Dark eyes without a face. Now that I'm on the case, LA Confidential, I deal with the devil, I won't leave a trace. Watching every move you
The bartender who works on the boat, who we both were talking to pretty often, he was like, "What are you guys doing?"
Danny?
Danny.
Oh yeah, he was like...
He was like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Photo shoot!" Everybody fights to take photos when they're like, "Oh, we're passing this thing." And then the rest of the time, we're just floating through glaciers. Nobody is fighting
the
to
scenery
take photos.
that really was the best time possible.
Yeah, there's just nobody around. And then, yeah, we did the Zodiac. Then we did the Zodiac cruise.
How could you say this every time? This is the new world.
Yeah, the Zodiac cruise was incredible. I mean, we got up close and personal to the glaciers, and then we saw like the floating icebergs. Some of them were like vertical. I mean, you wonder how they wouldn't just fall down, but they were just floating vertically. You just had these mountains that just rose up like almost like vertically like this.
Ontario.
And it had these like sweeping cornices where you'd see not only gray rock and white snow, but these almost tropical blue looking ice paths just cascading down. And it was pretty otherworldly. So we got really up close and personal with some of the seals. And that is where I took my favorite iPhone picture of the entire trip. This one where we were like,
Honestly,
within 10 feet of a
we've
seal.
got
Do you remember
such
this
good-
one
yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about?
and I know because it looks better than my, Canon camera photos. And I was like, we're doing great things with iPhones on this trip. And also, I think the iPhone came through.
Woke up at 11 o'clock, I ain't got no job, what the hell should I do today? This feel like some I don't give a fuck, oh my god, shut the fuck up, I ain't hearing what you gotta say. What the deal, how you feel, not important. All I'm thinking about is riding in these Porsches, but don't be coming at me with that horse shit. Acting like you know me, that's the worst shit. I know.
I also really respected Natasha, who was our Zodiac driver. There's nothing like seeing a woman command a Zodiac in the middle of the Antarctic waters, and you're just like, that's powerful.
Natasha is the boss of the game.
And then on top of that, I think you had the balls to grab some black ice.
Yeah. So black ice is kind of like the core of an iceberg. It is extremely old ice. It's compressed. There's no air bubbles in it. It's just this clear hunk of ice.
Well, black is completely clear.
They call it black ice because it looks almost invisible when it's floating.
This is H2O crystals. Pure H2O.
And I hauled in a big chunk of this and brought it back to the ship's bar. And later that night, they cut it up into smaller pieces, and we had whiskey on the rocks using this ancient water, this ancient ice.
It makes you feel really special. It makes you feel like, when you're sipping on a drink with black ice, you just feel like
The Dos Equis, man. With ice from Antarctic waters that you hauled in yourself.
yeah, it feels powerful. It's like, oh yes, this is as if you're such an important person who gets to sip on the center of icebergs.
Honestly,
in other parts of the country.
I'm getting nauseous just recollecting parts of this trip because
In the next episode, we're going to give you the inside look into what happened before with me.
And aerial.
Thank you so much for watching my first travel video, and I can't wait to see you next time.